Welcome back to Studio Alpha on Fast Times Willy B. We will be reviewing Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre III. Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
You know the drill, Russell.
Welcome back to Fast Times Willy B. I'm Willy B. I've got Brennan back with me. Brennan, how we doing?
Doing okay.
So
It's wearing on me.
yeah, we're gonna move on to the third chapter, and that is Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre III. And we knew this is where we get a little dip in quality.
Yeah.
We've got Mr. Burr in the director's chair from Ohio. Old faithful.
Oh.
Yeah. Acting wise, Kate Hodge, she's our main female lead. Not many. Viggo Mortensen's probably the biggest name in this movie as far as going on to do stuff after this, and he plays in the Sawyer family, as we have basically a new family rolling into this movie other than Junior or Leatherface. We'll start with the good. We'll have to dig a little deep here. I don't think that it was the worst movie I ever watched. So there's got to be something
I've watched Megan before.
Stray.
Any chance I get. Definitely not the worst movie. I've seen plenty that are far worse than this.
Yeah, it almost tries to go back to the basics with the original. I feel like Burr tries to create that Texas feel. I just don't think he does it as well as Hoover, obviously.
Not at all.
So you get that vibe that they're kind of straying away from the comedy a little bit and going back to more of the slasher horror. I mean, there's some cool stuff that goes on with the car crash in the woods. I didn't mind the family.
I didn't like... What was his name? Alfredo?
Was he the one with the hook?
The gas station attendant with the one eye. That was.
Oh, yeah. He was the only one I didn't like.
I just didn't think he looked as crazy and as goofy and sound anyway like was it Chop Top and the
family's definitely not as good as we got in the first two.
But I think
I did like Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, I thought he was fine. Didn't really care. I mean, Leatherface, it's not like he's really talking, acting much, just wielding a chainsaw. But
the two guys we get, the one with, I can't think of his name, but the one with like the hook hand, and then Viggo Mortensen. Yeah. I enjoyed them on screen.
I didn't mind them. I think my biggest one was the gas station attendant, if you can call him that. But I don't know. Just didn't hit the same, which I didn't expect it to. But that one really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, it definitely did. The chainsaw was cool.
A little gifted. Like chrome kind of.
Yeah, it gets gifted to him. I'll throw that in the good. That was cool looking. We at least get chainsaw kills in this movie, which we'll talk about that in the next one. Not really a chainsaw massacre, but there's not a lot of good.
I don't have runtime. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, it didn't
terrible.
Feel unbearably long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it definitely was boring at times, but it didn't ever.
It didn't feel like a 3-hour long movie there's been movies that have been like an hour and a half, and you're just like, man, when's it gonna end?
Yeah,
like 3 hours long, but
for sure.
As bad as it was, it didn't feel long.
Yeah. So I guess we'll hop over to the meh. In the meh, I'm gonna put Leatherface. That's my first meh. I didn't have any complaints in the department of, him doing his thing. And that's actually Kane Hodder did the stunts for Leatherface in this movie, which was kind of cool to find out. So it makes sense that Kane Hodder did that because that's probably the best we get of Leatherface. But the look, in my opinion, looks like Billy Butcherson from Hocus Pocus.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, yeah.
The
zombie guy.
A long time ago. But
the zombie guy.
Vaguely.
Kind of looks like him.
See, the mask got me at first. And then later, I think you see it a little more clearly later.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's not the worst thing. But I don't know that I really liked it.
No, I didn't. It's definitely not nearly as good as the first
I did
two.
try to. Like, yeah. I think the first glimpse I got of it, I'm like, oh, that looks terrible. And then you see it a little clearer. I'm like, okay, that's not the worst thing. And from there on, I tried to like it, but I just, I don't know. I couldn't get behind it.
So I'll just
I didn't hate it, though.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it.
I'll put that in the meh, because I agree. I didn't hate it, but the look was kind of wonky for me, and I mean, it just wasn't Leatherface we got in the last two movies, unfortunately. Also in the meh, I don't know, that might be it. I think we might have the rest of the bad. Yeah, you want to go to the bad? Do you got anything in the meh?
I don't think so.
All right, so
if I think of something, I'll kind of drop back, but for the most part,
we'll go to the bad. I'm gonna go back. I shouldn't have said the whole family in the good, because I'm glad I pointed out those two. I didn't like the mom. Like
yeah,
and then the fact that Leatherface had a daughter also was not a fan.
No, that was terrible.
But she kind of like is introduced and then is kind of like forgotten about. So you could throw that in the bad that she doesn't really get a story.
But I don't think she needs one. I don't think it was necessary at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you should have just left her out of the movie, because the fact that you introduced her is why she's in the bad. Because if you introduced her and then did something with her and ended up being cool, who knows?
That's true.
But I think because she was introduced and then just forgotten about, that's why I'm like, why does he have a kid?
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't like it's kind of like how in the first one you said when they were running down the driveway and he was kind of like chasing her all goofy and like easily could have caught her.
Yeah.
It's kind of like something stupid like that. It's when they first leave the gas station and they leave in the day and then it shows them at night and then the truck pops out in like 2 minutes. You hear that? And the truck's already there.
Yeah.
I'm like, it took them all day and like all night to get to where they're at, and then he shows up in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That bothered me so much.
Yeah, not the best edited. The gas station scene in general, I mean, he pulls a gun on them and then he doesn't shoot until they drive away. I never understood that. Like, if you're gonna shoot, why not do it?
Yeah, because they shot them driving away and then turned and I guess pretend shot.
Vigo, yeah.
Yeah, and
or Tex, I think is what he goes by.
Yeah, Tex. Yeah, I don't know. That was just kind of goofy. I don't know.
I didn't like the girl in the woods. I put that in the bad.
I just feel like there's so much didn't need to be.
I like the idea of her being there and like she's a survivor and she tells them what to expect, but like she wasn't convincing is why I'm putting it in that. Her acting was pretty rough.
I don't know. I don't know that there was much in this that I liked.
And then another bad for me, we get chainsaw kills, but I don't think any of them are on screen. Every time I went to kill somebody, you'd hear zoom, cut away, and then you hear the gut spurting as somebody else runs away.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
The other thing that bothered me...
That's where you're saving the budget?
When he's sitting there trying to reload the gun, and then the truck starts driving. Like, I don't know. It was just one of those goofy things. The whole movie was like that.
Definitely a big step down. I think the problem with this one is after that second one, this one took itself too serious. You know what I mean? I don't know. That first one will never be redone to the standards. And I can't say that without seeing 03, I guess, but it just, you can't mimic it. At least here in 1990, they didn't do a good job at trying.
I don't remember 03 being, I guess... to my level that
I don't think
sits on,
I've heard good things about 03, but I definitely don't think it's going to be on the same pedestal as the original 1974 film.
I don't know. Well, I guess I can't say that. I don't know that it could be worse than this, but we have 4 to talk about still.
That's true. And you still haven't seen 2022, which is also...
I have not.
The two we've watched today and 2022 would be quite the fun throw them in an arena battle of which one's the best and which one's the worst.
So I watched 3 yesterday and I watched 4 today, and I almost threw 03 on, and I was just gonna ride it out.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I might continue watching them in between stuff.
I mean, I'm already 4 deep. Why stop now and then try to revisit them closer to Halloween or something?
For sure.
I mean, almost halfway done basically.
But yeah, a lot of bad in this one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Section we didn't have to visit the last 2 movies.
No.
But we'll hop over to our final thoughts and ratings. What do you want to leave off with? Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, the longest name in the history of movies. And what do you give it out of 10?
It's just terrible. Like, we both heard that it drops off significantly from the first to the second, and then the third, and then the fourth. But, man, I don't know that I was expecting that.
Yeah. For
this one and the next one. But I don't even know how to rate these, because I thought it was terrible, and we talked on Letterboxd. I changed it, knocked it down half a star, and then started watching the next one and tried to compare them to, like, score-wise. And then it lost me even more.
Yeah.
I think I'll give this one a 4.
A 4?
4 out of 10.
Okay.
I think I can comfortably sit there, and then if it changes, it's within
it's not
probably
going up.
half star. No. It's only down from there.
You're starting at the ceiling.
Yeah. But it's not going to be like a drastic change.
Yeah.
So I can settle on a 4 comfortably.
Yeah, when I finished watching, I initially put a 2.5 on Letterboxd, which is a 5. And I started thinking, I was like, what am I going to say in the good to even make it worth the meh status? And I was like, so 4. And then I started thinking, I was like, no, I gave 2022 a 3, and they're about on the same pedestal. I don't know which one I like more at this moment right now, so I'm going to land on a 3 out of 10 for my rating for this third installment of the Sawyer arc. Just the more I thought of it, the more I didn't have anything to really say good about it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not the worst movie I've seen by any means.
No,
there's still some entertainment value to it. It's just
I'm glad I watched it at least once. I don't think I will ever rewatch it again.
Yeah, it's it's definitely one of those ones. There's not much replay value.
But I didn't hate myself for watching it.
Exactly.
At least once.
Yeah. Yeah. So very similar scores once again. So we'll see what we do with the fourth one, but that'll be next. That'll do it for Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3. Brennan, thank you for coming on.
I guess thanks for having me.
Thank you all for watching. If you like what you're watching, check out some of the other videos. Hit the subscribe button or follow the social links down below. Go check out 1 and 2's reviews if you haven't already. 4 will be coming tomorrow. So we'll talk to you all soon. Peace.